Hello and welcome back, and continuing the Train Simulator theme, we're back in Train Simulator Classic today. We're doing a very short run from my nearest big hometown, Newcastle upon Tyne, and we'll be going on a little bit of a fantasy route to Morpeth in Northumberland, which used to be the county town of Northumberland before the 1974 boundary changes. This is just a look at all the locos that I have. So I've got 11 pages of locos. I've even got the Just Trains LNER V2 Class 262s or LNER A1 steam locomotives, so lots of stuff. So just trying to find something which would make this fantasy run something special for the passengers, if not for me and us as viewers of this video, I guess. Here's the Class 221 Super Voyager, which is the thing we're going to choose in West Coast livery. We're going to be choosing the 5-car train. And here we are on our platform. Possibly need a little bit of a map of Morpeth here to show you where it is. It's not that far from Newcastle, probably only about 3 or 4 stations up on the line, and it's probably about 16 miles from Newcastle. Here we are, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Newcastle Station. Nice external views here of the Just Trains route. I think this is the kind of stuff this was designed for, this train entering the station, but we're in something a bit more modern than that. So it looks like it's got a pretty intensive cockpit here for the driver. So I'm trying to work out how to get the thing going. You can see in the distance there, you can see the famous Tyne Bridge over the River Tyne, and you'll also see the castle at Newcastle. I'm not sure about these cars. These look like from the 1950s or 60s. So I think this Just Trains is designed for something about 30-40 years ago, I think, really. But anyway, let's get the thing moving and we'll get into Morpeth, former county town of Northumberland. There's a market town. We have a market there on Wednesdays, I believe. So we've got the thing going and we're heading out of Newcastle Station here. Going to be obeying all rules, traffic signals, train line signals, and you'll see as we're pulling out of the station here, we get closer to the actual castle at Newcastle, which unfortunately only has the keep left because the rest of it was taken down, I believe, in the former times to accommodate the train station. There's the car park there on the left hand side of the screen there, on the left hand side of the train. There's the AWS going. So currently we have a limit on getting reused to this HUD again. We've got a current limit of 40, so maybe you could put a bit more power on. But as I say, this is a very modern train. And so it looks like it has lots of goodies on board and lots of safety features, of course. But I hope you enjoy the short trip here. I believe that's supposed to be St Nicholas's Cathedral there. And there you can see we're passing the castle at Newcastle. You can even see the metro bridge in the background there, with the Tyneside metro system which came on stream in the 80s. We're building up the power slowly here as we leave the station. Yeah, I think that's St Nicholas's Cathedral there. The detailing on the map isn't as generous as it would be in Train Simulator World, of course. We're approaching Manners Station now. Oh no, Pilgrim Street, which is a famous Newcastle street. This is the Manners platform 2. Manners is also one of the stops on the Tyneside Metro, of course. And the hood on this, oh, we're speeding. I don't know why we're speeding there, but anyway, so we'll put the power back on as we go under Argyle Street. Not a main thoroughfare in Newcastle city centre, but as I say, Newcastle is my nearest big hometown. We will be passing places on this route which are very close to my actual home address in the northeast of England. So we've got the train up to 51 miles an hour now. It looks fairly easy to drive. It's fairly powerful. Frame rate's not fantastic. Again, just a reminder, I'm running RW Enhancer Pro, which is an additional program to increase the graphical fidelity in this SIP, seeing as it's such an old engine. Stuck using old DX9 from quite a few years ago now. So we're up to 80 miles an hour now, and we're now at the marshalling yards at Heaton. Engine sheds there. The pinging is the automatic warning system used on all UK routes. And yeah, here's Heaton, which is another suburb of Newcastle. Looks like that's some kind of freight hauling engine. They're now crossing the A1058 Coast Road at Newcastle Whitley Bay, Tynemouth, a very famous road in North Tyneside now. That's where we are. And now we're in the area which is less than a mile from my home. I've actually been on this bridge today. We're just crossing over there now. And we're near the Newcastle United training grounds. You can see the pictures there, and lots of new businesses opened up in this part of North Tyneside. There's someone coming the other way here. That kind of engine we should be in, I think, the kind of loco we should be in. But yeah, this is very comfortable, very quiet. We don't have these actually on the East Coast Main Line up into Scotland. You see, it's all electrified. As I say, it was electrified in the 1990s, quite late, a long time after the West Coast Main Line, which was the first large stretch of the network to be electrified back in the possibly 70s. You see now the train is leaning over because it's a Pendolino type train. The next station we'll probably go through will be Cramlington, which is a sort of fairly newish town stuck on the end of Cramlington village, which was a tiny little place, but again one of those towns developed in the 70s and 80s. You can see this is the kind of countryside we've got, sort of like agricultural land around here. Of course, a lot of Northumberland was agricultural and coal mining. lot of coal mining in the area, which closed down in the quite late. Some of the collieries in Northumberland in the 90s, I believe, at Woodhorn and Ashington. Just scanning this to see any of these. Yeah, any of these buttons are interactable with, and they are. So now up to 101 miles an hour now. Obviously some kind of industrial complex here, not really sure where that is. But yeah, a lot of newish industries in South Northumberland. Another main road, that might have been the A1, I'm not sure. Not that one. So Morpeth platform 2 is less than 8 miles away now. And we're approaching Cramlington now. So a nice little short run here, won't take us too long to get to Morpeth, but I just thought I'd show you something close to home for me. And here's Cramlington platforms now. Bit of oscillation of the track there. I hope the track is good enough to run this more modern loco and train set. Sure what dual carriageway that is. But one of them's got to be the A1, I think. Some will be the 189, A189, I think. There's a whistle marker. So Plessy down, yeah, Plessy Woods is a place in Bedlington, which is more up towards the coast than we are. It looks a smart train, I think this. It's just a bit we don't have these on the East Coast Main Line going up into Scotland. Oh, big viaduct there we've just passed over. Obviously forgetting to whistle and press the horn when I see the W markers. Oh yeah, bit late there. So please don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying my videos here, especially my train sim videos, which I'm enjoying making and enjoying getting back into after a few years. Oh, nice one. So I've got 2.5 miles to go before we get to Morpeth, a town I know quite well. Coming up to a 50 limit soon. Oh, there goes the AWS to remind me that there is a limit ahead, which we have to respond to with the Q key. And we're on just coasting now, but I'm not sure if we're going uphill. Yeah, probably lost a bit too much speed there, so I'm putting power 1 back on. check the timetable there. So less than a mile and a half to go now. So you've got to get it under 50 in a couple of 100 yards. I've done that. There's the 50 marker now. But again, I think there goes a diesel loco going the other way, with what I think should be the traditionally used train sets on this section of the ECML. You can really see the lean on the Pendolino now. I'm not sure it would be this acute at this speed, but anyway, here's the platform. So yeah, that's a little short and sweet run from Newcastle up to Morpeth in Northumberland. Thanks for joining me on the trip. It's a lovely day in the northeast now, as it is in real life in fact. As we bring the train to a stop, open the doors, let the passengers out. All that remains for me to say is thanks for watching. Crunchy signing off. Until next time. Bye for now.